13 on your sidelines. Your team, your turf. Witness high school football. The games, the grit, the glory. Jacob Seuss, 13 on your sidelines. Sponsored by Rant Insurance.
You can do better than that. Come on. It's good stuff. That was good stuff. All right. The calendar says November. The stakes are so much higher. Welcome into a playoff edition of 13 on your sidelines. I'm Jacob Seuss. It's playoffs. Win or go home every game from here on out. So every game you see tonight is going to be a high-stakes affair. But before any of that, we have the cheerleaders we want you to meet. We're going to start from the cheerleaders from West Catholic High School. All right, and we also have Central Montcalm in the house tonight. All right, let's get to the good stuff. Northview, they're coming off their first undefeated regular season since 1970. Tonight, the Wildcats had a huge challenge ahead of them in Division II. Their hosts, the Byron Center Bulldogs, coming off their second consecutive 8-1 regular season. This district semifinal had more of a championship feel. That's why we chose it as our 13 on your sidelines game of the week. Second quarter, 3-0 Bulldogs, but the Wildcats on the move. Armand Irving keeps it around the right end. That is a 28-yard run. That kid has done some special stuff this year. That would set up Oscar Sanchez for the field goal. That would tie the game at 3. It would stay that way until late in the first half when the Bulldogs would go to work. Landon Tungate, he's going to go up top and find Will Lake. That is a 10-yard touchdown pass and a 10-3 halftime lead. The Bulldogs would bust it open in the second half, though. Tungate opens the scoring by going over the top, 17-3 BC. Next Byron Center possession, Kellen Payne puts his foot in the ground, cuts it upfield. He would find pay dirt from 36 yards out, 24-3, and they weren't done. Later in the third, Tungate finds the kid with the D1 offers, Isaac Lee, alone in the end zone, 27-yard touchdown. That makes it 31-3. Northview would cut into the lead behind Will Sonora's short scoring run. Campaign, though, would put the game away just a few plays later for Byron Center. With the house call here, 50-yard touchdown run up the middle. Byron Center moving on with a dominant win. Northview, their first and only loss of the season. BC takes it 38-17.
But our guys came out on a mission at halftime. We didn't really say much. We just changed a couple things, and it was all them. So it's all our kids. It wasn't us.
And they would go on to face the winner of this next game between Mona Shores and Traverse City West. It's the first time these two teams have ever faced off. The 6-3 Titans came into Sailor Stadium riding a 3-game win streak. We fast forward to the third. TC West on the 24 quarterback attempts to throw, but it would be picked off by Coriante Bothwell, and he says house call, make it 21-0. Mona Shores, the Sailors dominating just like they have pretty much all season long. We're going to jump to the fourth. Mona Shores not done yet. Jonathan Pittman, he was named first team all-conference, passes it to Bishop Davis, who reverses field, and that would set up Mona Shores right in the red zone. This is a lethal offense that has its eyes set on a run to forward field during this playoff run. And on the next play, Shores from the 12, hand off to Tamarian Stewart, who pushes his way in for the score. That would just about wrap it up. Mona Shores moving on. Sailors take it 28-0. We now move on to Division III, where Coopersville hosted Kenowa Hills tonight. Maddie Monroe was at Merriman Stadium, and she joins us with those highlights.
Jacob, these two teams played each other 3 weeks ago, and Kenowa won by only 2 points. So tonight, the Broncos were out for revenge. It was the only conference game Coopersville lost all year, and after the team's last matchup in Grand Rapids, the Broncos are looking to rebound on their own turf. Coopersville dominates in the first half, 25-0, but the Knights aren't letting that score get in their way. London Hampton slides through for the first points on the board, and feeling hot now with the ball back in the Hamptons' hands once again with the 15-yard touchdown run, putting the score 32-19. But even with the runs from Kenowa Hills, the Broncos are still crushing it this time around. A great throw from Bo Harris, and that is why he's an MVP. Brooks Haddon makes the catch, and there's no stopping him as he gets it in the end zone. Then the Knights have it back on their end of the field, but a fumble is recovered by the Broncos, and that seals the deal. Coopersville wins 39-13. Coopersville will go on to face the winner of another rematch between East Grand Rapids and Forest Hill Central. The Rangers won a defensive battle 7-0.
Heck of a win by Coopersville, and yeah, you can say revenge. Also in Division 3, Zeeland East and Zeeland West face off, rematch of the Bird Bowl. The Ducks beat the Chicks 28-13 in Week 4. Tonight they were looking for their 9th straight win over their rivals. First drive of the game, and East quarterback Will Dernick. He's going to drop back, shift around in the pocket before taking off for the first down. This kid can do it all. Next play, Dernick, he's going to drop back. This time fires a pass that gets tipped and picked by West lineman Marshall Johnson. And after that, West would waste no time. Trey Slodick, he's going to uncork the deep ball, and that's going to be corralled by Isaac Vanderswag. That 1-2 connection has been going all year long. They were inside the 5-yard line before Vanderswag would punch it in on the ground. Just 2 plays later, a successful 2-point conversion has us at an 8-0 Zeeland West lead. East with the ball, though, trying to get back in it. West containing, dropping Dernick for the sack and a failed 4th down conversion. Has the ball back with the Ducks, and it's Vanderswag again, this time from 46 yards out. Nobody's catching him. Another 2-point conversion brings the West lead 16-zip. East fails another 4th down, and West is going to trick everyone here, including the photographer. Slodick finds, you guessed it, Vanderswag. Another touchdown, another 2-point conversion. West goes into half up 24-0, and they would hang on to advance 32-6. And they'll go on to face the winner of a Berrien County rival game known as the War on the Shore. The Bears won 41-21. We have one more rematch in Division 3 for you. 13 on your sides. Matt Gard was in Lowell as the Red Arrows took on Cedar Springs tonight, Matt.
Yeah, Jacob, back in Week 5, these two teams faced off. Lowell won that game 28-14. We'll have to see how it goes this time around. Tonight, the Red to defend home field and their 6-game winning streak. First quarter, Logan Dawson finds Merrick Pullen. It's a short pass here, but Pullen is going to pull some yards, gets down to the 10-yard line, and the Red Arrows were threatening. But Marquise Mance would put a stop to their drive. He makes the big hit, knocks the ball loose, and he also falls on it. Cedar Springs ball. Ensuing drive, and in the second quarter, Rory Schoenborn finds Merrick Oliniak. He's going to get into the red zone. The Red Hawks would score the game's first touchdown later on the drive to make it 7-0. But Lowell would answer. Logan Dawson again. He's going to zig. He's going to zag. And he's going to find his way to the end zone. Lowell would pull away in the second half. The Red Arrows win this one 27-7. And they are going to go on the road next week to face DeWitt. The Panthers thumped St. John's 42-7. Jacob?
All right, some good stuff, but we're just getting started. After the break, we're headed to Division 5. Grand Rapids Catholic Central has won a state title 3 of the last 4 years. Could they keep their dominance going against Hopkins? Plus, on the other side of town, West Catholic hosted Oak Ridge in a bird battle between the Falcons and Eagles. Stick with us.